roasting time on Mission Impossible. It's roasting. This is a dreadful movie. It's absolutely terrible. I thought it was great. I thought it was creme de la creme decades ago. But, as you get on, you get a little bit, you think you get a little bit mature, a little bit old. You start to recognize things that should have recognized it years ago. But I don't. Other people would, because they'd have been older than me or mature or whatever you want to call it. And they just think, well, that's just stupid. This is just a stupid movie. The Mission Impossible Tom Cruise movies are just stupid, plain and simple. They're just. This movie is woke. It looked like, it had some good, plausible spy thriller thing going on. And then just near to the end of the movie, it just turned into stupidity. It was just like stupid. The train thing was just stupid. I mean, put some explosive on a train, you get helicopter explodes, and and then someone you see getting thrown from the helicopter to the train that's speeding, and the speed is almost matched, so they're almost equal. And you're getting the explosion, and the air of the pressure of the explosion throws you, or throws the character, like the first few maybe 15 feet or something, what it looks like, and the character doesn't even dip down, just goes like flying like bloody Superman. It's just stupidly preposterous. Can't even take it with a pinch of salt. Can't even use suspension of the disbelief. It's just stupid. Doesn't make any sense. Because if you hit a train, even at say 5 mile an hour, bam, it's going to bloody damn well hurt. You're going to be in the A&E. You're going to be down the hospital. And he must have hit that, probably going up maybe 10 to 15 mile an hour or something. Go flying something like 30 feet, and then bam, no way. The impact, and then you would lose your, and you would just slide off that and then it'll probably go, and then the helicopter will come down crashing on him, and he gets sandwiched along with the other character, and then that would be the end of that. We wouldn't have to have any more of this stupid Tom Cruise impossible rubbish. If they made it just look plausible instead of stupid, and all this running crap all the time, really. A spy thriller that was, well, even the original TV show doesn't have any stupidity, total stupidity. Characters flying and, oh dear, really. Honestly, just diabolically stupid. Anyway, the sound mix on it is terrible. It might be a theatrical mix, so what? But the actual mix is just terrible. The sound mix completely takes me out and distracts me. Like near the end where he's on the train and he gets the harness hook or something from the helicopter, and then connects it to the train, so then the helicopter can't fly unless the guy gets out and cuts the bloody tether with a hacksaw or something, which I doubt he's got. Or probably goes out there with a gun and shoots it, and then miraculously it goes ping, and then it breaks free, and then the thing there with the loudness of the train, and then the you got the yelling sound where he hooks it up and then he goes, ah! I just did that myself, and that's pretty clear. But when you listen to it in the movie and you see the distance, how close the camera and all that bullshit is, because you can't, movies are make believe and they're fantasy and they're total bullshit. Okay. I think the sound editors and Skywalker Sound did an absolute terrible sound mix on that movie. I'll get to more to it in a moment. So it's like you got the train that sort of loudness, well, depending on what way you want to look. And you got the yelling sound that's just like there. And it's like they're trying to say like turning the bloody the levels up. Because one, I don't think it's hard to say really, because how many people have sat on the top of a train while it's speeding along the track, pushing air? I mean, you got to be absolutely crackers to do a thing like that. So I know if something's pushing through air, you would hear that sound mostly in your ears. Because if you're on top of a train, you know, would it sound like what it does in the movie? It's like monitoring the frequency response of a microphone or such with an air conditioner, and it's pushing air out. And if you got the microphone near the vent where the air is coming out, you get a mess of sound frequency on the RTA. If you measure it off axis, you get a different frequency response, and you think, oh right, it's like that. It's the same when you walk around it and you're not got air blowing in your ear. Although you can angle the vent so it could go downward and the air's not totally blown, but it just puts a coolness at a different angle. Otherwise, you just got air. Just like flapping my hand there, and I can hear air blowing through my ear canal. Yeah, so that bothers me. You know, the yelling sound, it sounds very weak. And then you got the stupid bit where they're in the tunnel and then it gets the chewing gum, and then the stupid bit where they bring the rest of the stem track levels down on the mixer, on the console, and they raise the dialogue level up, and then the dialogue level's like that bloody level. Doesn't make bloody sense. It's a total bloody mess. Honest, really. The film Mission Impossible, all of them with Tom Cruise, get the thumbs down. They're just dreadful. Can't stand them. Not even entertaining. Not even entertainment value. Just a load of rubbish. I mean, I'd rather watch, it looks plausible with, say, The Spy Loved Me. The ski thing and going off the mountain. Because you wonder, you know, you can see he's got a rucksack, but we don't know, the audience doesn't know it's a parachute. And why, how the heck, why, right, would he have a parachute in there? Was he expecting to go flying off a mountain? I don't think so. They just put that in just for the gag for the movie and all that. Otherwise, he's not. Otherwise, in other missions and movies, he should always be going around with a parachute, because he might be finding himself in an aeroplane again and getting kicked out and he needs a parachute. Or maybe his suit miraculously turns into a freaking parachute. Oh. Yeah, it's like that other James Bond film that with the Shaw Pierce Brosnan that just got so ridiculously stupid with the invisible car. What a load of fucking rubbish, really. Anyway, so the other distracting thing with Mission Impossible was the vault scene. Basically, the whole thing, it was dehumanizing. Totally dehumanizing. The film would have been, obviously, I don't know what techniques or what they tried in the mixing process, what works and what doesn't work. Because what they got in the final mix is absolutely terrible. There's some little good points and some terrible ones. The surround channel sounds absolutely awful. The stereo surrounds are absolutely distracting. Where just taking the vent thing off the so go down into the vault. I can hear it. You know, I'm listening just to the stereo surrounds only, and I can hear it on the mixing console. I can hear the bringing the fader down slowly, and then suddenly it's like someone just hits the mute button, and it was just absolutely distracting. I tell you, if no one's noticed that, then you haven't been keep listening. Then terrible. And other bits in the air vent have a kind of a higher tone sound going down one side, and then the other moment it's got a lower sound going down the other side of this. It doesn't make any sense. Air vent things wouldn't make that sound. Not that I've been in an air vent, but they just wouldn't do that. And it just became such a distracting thing, and thinking, have they got this mixed so it plays back in a sort of very specific way in the on the dub stage or in cinemas? Have they got some sort of leaflet that goes out to the cinemas and say you got to set the surrounds up to this sort of configuration? I don't know. There's something weird going on, and it just doesn't make sense. It's like it was a demo print or something, and they haven't really finalized and finished it, or maybe they had to rush it. They didn't have any time to finish or perfect it, because it is. I thought Skywalker sound was perfection, but on this one, it was absolutely awful, terrible, absolutely atrocious. Had some bits where it sort of made sense, and other bits where it was just like, now it's completely taken me out of the movie. I got a few ideas. One is use a Behringer. I forgot the model number. But it's a Behringer where you can put the signal input, the line inputs, and it's basically simply got a mono and stereo switch. And I was thinking, if I were to put that into the rack and wire But it's a little bit more than that because the surrounds are on, they're all on their separate amplifiers, and it would mean I would need stacks of these equipment in the rack, and there's just no room for it. The other thing is that because these processors, these audio processors, rubbish things they make, Trinov rubbish, Storm Audio rubbish, JBL Sensorfist rubbish, Anthem rubbish, you name it, total rubbish. They got no way of having a mono or stereo. I remember when an amplifier had a mono and stereo switch on and off, you know. Yeah, it's a total mess today. But that's one thing I could do. But it'd be very awkward. The other the other thing is I could make another theatre mode. I'm not sure if I can be able to, because I know the processor has got kind of like a mono stereo sort of function with creating. I think it's called a child mode, and I'm not sure it would sound right. I think it would sound absolutely fucking. It will make a dog's dinner really into a fucking Tyrannosaurus fucking dinner. It would be a fucking mess. Yeah. So there's recent videos of this on YouTube. This last day or so, there's another guy. It is a terrible sound mix. It is fucking awful. I don't really care if it's got a theatrical mix anymore. It is terrible. It's a terrible movie and it's a terrible sound mix. It's dreadful. It belongs in the cat litter, Mission Impossible. In fact, all the Mission Impossibles belong in the cat litter. They are dehumanizing a load of rubbish. You got to have the mental age of a bloody 8-year-old to watch these bloody movies. They are absolutely fucking awful. There's no intelligence to it. No intelligence to the drama or the spy thing with it. It's total garbage. A lot of other movies out there, spy movies, and they're a bit more intelligent. And they don't have stupid things where actors go flying through the fucking air, hitting a fucking train at probably 20 miles an hour, and they don't end up in the fucking A&E, or if not worse, the fucking morgue. It would crush your fucking chest if you hit the fucking train at that speed. Even when I do that, ow, slamming my hand, that fucking hurts. You go fucking doing that, fucking flying at 20 mile an hour, stupid fucking movie. You'd be in the fucking hospital. Fucking load of rubbish, that Mission Impossible is. Fucking honest rubbish. I don't know what anybody sees in it, really. I used to think it was great. It always cool. But also, I'm ranting because I can't stand fucking Scientology. Oh, you pay to see that shit. You're giving a bit of extra boost, and Tom Cruise is putting some of your money into fucking Scientology. Oh, God. God. God, the rubbish I got. I don't have to watch this rubbish, really. But really, the rubbish out there today is absolutely intolerable. We get rubbish from politicians, we get rubbish, and then we get rubbish TV and think, oh, fucking hell. I tell you, this social society on this planet is absolute rubbish. It's not the planet's AK, but it's A-OK. It's the social society. I can't help thinking, wondering, there's got to be some other planet that's better than this. There has to be. Oh. Ugh. So how can you fucking salvage something that sounds like an absolute atrocious Skywalker sound mix? How can you salvage it? I've had a few other ideas, but I don't think really get much. I don't anywhere with it. Yeah, this is going well. I don't have to do but this is cat litter. Yeah, I'm going to turn it that way. And the thumbs. Ugh. Sick and tired of seeing Tom Cruise bloody side profile. I'm sick and tired of this shit. Not a fan of it, the actor. I'm not a fan of him. Oh. Oh, yeah, fucking hell. What can you do with it? What can you do with it? I mean, it's like Star Trek 2. It's got such a bizarre thing going on with the surrounds. Because originally those surrounds would be mono discrete, but they kind of stereoized it as such. And it's just, at times, it's got a very bizarre frequency response on one side and the other side on each side. It's like it's got a little high on or limited low frequency on one side and a little bit more lower frequency on the other side, and it just sounds distractingly weird. I've had a few ideas how to solve it. One is literally put the well, like I say, I could put it through one. I did have it going through one of these Behringer devices a while back when it was on the Denon system and so forth. But when I switched over to the Storm, I thought, crikey, I've got a pretty decent setup at the moment, and now I've got to completely fucking change it. And like I say, these Trinovs and these Storms, these Anthems, these JBLs, and any other Denon, Marantz, whatever fucking crap there is out there, it is utterly, totally fucking you. Because if you don't know how to listen to a film soundtrack, once it's all set up and you got all this bragging of like, oh, the cool home theater, I've got these fucking acoustic panels put in a little bit, but it's still got a bit of an echo sound in that room and a bit of a honky sound. Oh dear. Okay now. Oh dear. Yeah, it's just bloody awkward. So I had a bloody simple mono switch. I could just press mono, sort it. It sounds less distracting. Otherwise, I was thinking with Star Trek 2, I was thinking of like, because it's got a weird signal, I was thinking of putting one half of one side of the surround and kind of doing this. So the sound that's got more bass and all that, I would put it so it goes over to the other channel, other speaker channel, and then maybe the middle ones, or maybe the ones on the corner of the room, and the other ones on the back wall, and the ones a little bit forward, I would put the other signal onto it. Um, I think the Storm audio could be programmed to do that, but it would have to be a theatre mode. I can't just do it, otherwise, have to be a specific theatre mode because you can create so many theatre modes, I believe, with Storm audio, and I don't really care. I don't really fucking care. I know that when I'm listening to something, I notice something that just doesn't sound right. And it's out. It just seems a complete distraction, and it's out of place. And then and again, there might be something that sounds mixed right, and it's like it gets my approval. But Mission Impossible, no, it fails because it's got a terrible sound mix. Might have sounded okay when first one heard it in the cinema, but you're only like when you get it down and scrutinize, and then you see what's kind of a bit strange, because all the dialogue in that movie is all center stage. It's just fucking boring, totally boring, impossible. Um, I even think the bloody music score on it's a load of rubbish too. So I don't care if I get flamed. I think the Danny Elfman score sucks. The whole thing sucks. Oh, I think I'm just gonna never bother playing that movie again because that's basically the final reckoning with that bloody playing that Mission Impossible. I just can't fucking listen to it anymore. I mean, visually it looks stylish, but when it gets near to the end, it gets stupid. And that's where it's just like fucking. What did I fucking watch? Why am I watching this shit? If we tried doing any of that shit that you see in the movie, we would be in the hospital, or worse, it'd be fatal. It's just stupid. Can't stand it. Because Mission Impossible might as well been a fucking Marvel action fucking hero movie. So I've heard the soundtrack. I've got it still here looping in my head. And I'm thinking, fucking hell, is there any possible way to salvage that train wreck of a sound mix and turn it this way and make it sound plausible, less distracting on those surrounds? Because the air vent thing, oh, that was just. I can hear the fucking mixer bringing it down on the fader, and then suddenly like hitting the bloody mute button because it suddenly just went completely out, and you got one side playing a signal on the surround, and then what's going on? What is fucking going? What that? I don't know who was doing what. There were three mixers on that. The Gary Summers, um, Sean Murphy. Who was the other mixer? I think if who would be handling? I think if Sean Murphy was on it, he'd most likely be handling the music track, and I'm not sure if Gary Summers would be handling effects or dialogue, but I forgot who the other mixer was. Maybe it's best that because usually Gary Summers is pretty decent on mixing, but on this one it was impossibly terrible. And I think maybe it might be they ran out of budget or they just didn't have enough time left. Okay, another thing about all this crap, all this metadata crap. What the fuck is metadata? I haven't a fucking clue what metadata is. Other people talk about fucking metadata. What the fuck is metadata? I haven't a fucking clue. I'm completely clueless. What the fuck is metadata? Is it something to do with the soundtrack? Is it? I don't really give a fuck. I want something that I can fucking adjust the DME, dialogue music effects, to fit the size of this room. So basically, it'd be like mixing. So you got individual fucking movies with their stupid fucking sound mixes that they make, because all they say, oh, we mix it theatrically on a bloody large dub stage, and that's a load of bullshit. I think it is bullshit. It should be thrown out. That thing should be thrown out. That George Lucas fucking thing should be fucking thrown out and scrapped, fucking trash, burnt. It's fucking useless. You look at the size of the original THX dub stage, and then you probably go, that's a 300-seat room. That was no longer anymore. It got thrown into a skip. And then you got the one at Skywalker Sound, which is probably maybe a similar size or maybe just a little bit smaller. I don't know. From looking at the pictures, the proportions look, and the architectural design and all that. I mean, what George Lucas was saying in those THX things about, so what we mix here would be the same thing as we would hear there. Yeah, right. Yeah, sure. And is it also the same that you feel? I don't know. I know that High Wycombe was something different. You literally felt it. I don't know. Was it you feel it first, or did you hear it first, or was it both at the same time? Because you hear something or feel it, or you go to some other cinema that's all this Dolby Atmos crap today, and it's like I'm only hearing most of it, but I'm not really feeling. I mean, how much proportion are you getting 50-50? Because George Lucas 50-50, 50% picture, 50% sound. That's a load of bullshit. I think it's more like probably 90% sound and 1%, and 10% picture, or maybe it's 99% sound and 1% picture, because it's just a little single sliver of fucking image on that film, and then the sound is playing back through multiple speakers behind the screen and then going down the side walls, back walls. So that's the percentage. Otherwise, George Lucas is just doing some marketing thing, and then people get hooked on that sort of thing. Otherwise, I think it's not 50-50. It's the other way around. Otherwise, dubbing stages and cinemas, they should all be built exactly the same. They got to demolish, smash down all these cinemas, all these crappy IMAX cinemas, smash it all down, and everything's got to be built and using the same equipment, same seats, same equipment, same architectural design. And so what gets literally mixed on that dub stage will that literally absolutely translate to that auditorium without question, without thinking about it. No if, no but. It would fucking translate 1-to-1 because it's designed exactly the same. Although you never can be too sure. You got to get the volume size of that room literally the same. And every building design is going to vary slightly, so not unless it's built in a different way where it can be. Otherwise, it's like some manufacturer that mass produces cans for beverage drinks. I mean, these cans might be the same for other drinks, other beverages. They just got a different labeling on it, and they're all designed the same to have the same amount of milliliters of drink. And is it the same? Well, that's a simple, easy way to test. I mean, you just weigh the bloody things, and if one's slightly different, then one machine that dispensed the drink into the can, and then it got the lid sealed on it, and then yeah, it's slightly different. It's like when you buy eggs. Are they all the same? Oh, they're variable. They're slightly variable. If you want to get into that fussy thing, some people would. Just like myself, I'm getting fussy. It's like if you encode, you take a digital file, you could send that digital file everywhere. All the ones and zeros are exactly the same. They all translate as long as the upload or such it goes smoothly and not gets corrupted. And then you got to do it again until you got it done correctly. Otherwise, all the ones and zeros are exactly the same. Yeah, I don't think anything's going to change in this, and I don't really care because I think the cinema, the dubbing stages, movies, and all that, I think it's slowly going down. And frankly, I couldn't care less. I won't even miss it. I won't miss it. As long as, because everyone will still have something to watch. Yeah. Yeah. You see, that's my point there. You see, all these Blu ray forum, all the kiddies on that site. And they talk about, oh, I'll buy that movie day one. What are they smoking? I couldn't care less if you want to buy it day 2 or day 10. Doesn't make any difference because you're going to buy that movie day 1. You're probably only going to play it fucking once, and it sits on your shelf. So I hope the fucking film industry, the Blu-rays and all that shit, it goes kaput. End. No more production. Oh, and then they start moaning and crying like, oh, I couldn't. It's immaterial, for crying out loud. It's not a living thing, And get this, you got fucking hundreds of fucking movies. You haven't probably fucking watched them in fucking years. Go and watch them. Don't fucking moan. I know I'm absolutely right on that because I do the same shit. I got fucking shit out in the room. I've hardly watched in fucking 10 years. If not 20 years. Yeah, I'll probably put that DVD on or maybe play that laserdisc or what. And I think, wow, it still plays. Oh dear. Oh dear. I don't know. I think they've fucking I can't fucking give it. I don't give a fuck. Fucking cinema's a load of rubbish today. Why most people think, I only used to go because it's a PA system and it sounded great. Now I just don't care anymore about it. I mean, I could have made Mission Impossible not sound very theatrical. I could have set the crossovers on the LF channels and set them at a higher range so they won't play any bass. Or well, I'll just leave the crossovers where they are, and I go to the ABC on the Behringer DCX and put a low pass filter on the ABC, and then just cut down the blooming lows by minus 15 dB, and then it would sound like, oh, maybe normal. You know, you hear the sound, but you're not feeling it. And I think when you're feeling it, I think it's just like, it's okay, but it's bullshit at the same time. It's like, oh, you're in the soundtrack or whatever. Just not that one again. That was dreadful. I just can't think of a possible way to make those surrounds sound decent enough on the playback. The only fucking option, the only other possible option is just to have a mono and just put them as mono, and then the sound will be equal. It'll still be discrete, but it'll just be equal balance. Otherwise, it's like analyzing it, the frequency response on the left and the right side, and then trying to make a decision to see what frequency range to subtract on one side and blend it on the other side, and maybe a little bit vice versa, and leave the other frequencies. But I don't think that will work. It would be just an absolute holy mess. Oh, can't stand fucking movies anymore. Why have I got this fucking shit fucking in my phone? Get this fucking laser fucking. Got this fucking shit going. I'm still fucking. I'll switch to the fucking computer. Fucking hell, still my fucking head in. I'm just not in the fucking mood for fucking laserdisc today. Honest to God, I'm really not in the fucking mood. Fucking hell, all this fucking woke shit around today. It really starting to fucking get to me. All this woke. Unbelievable. Anyway, that's it. I've got nothing more fucking to say on this. Fuck off, Mission Impossible movies. You suck. You suck.